Welcome to Massive Late Fee. And now your hosts, Mark and Carol. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Massive Late Fee. My name is Mark. With me as always is my birthday month having girlfriend, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
How much has been a good week here? It is May 17th, 1997. As we inch closer and closer to your birthday.
I have a question though.
An answer.
For my birthday, why are you punishing me by making me watch shit movies? That's my question.
It wasn't my. This was a mutual decision.
It was a bad one.
You like Brewster Willis.
He's fine.
And Mila Djokovic is perfect.
Apparently.
I know that because the movie continues to tell us that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But first, we went to the mall.
And the air conditioning was broken.
Terrible.
They should just close for the day until they fix the air conditioning. They shouldn't spring that on unsuspecting people. Can you tell that it's been a bad day?
It's been hot.
We go to the mall, see a bad movie. It's hot outside.
Someone should make that into a song about having a bad day. Ice Cube, which I'd love right now because it's so hot.
Right.
Did that song? It's been a good day. This could be the counter to that song.
All right. Well, you get on that. We also went to a pig roast.
I had a bad day,
and it's too hot for that too.
Oh yeah, and some of the food was lukewarm instead of.
It was tepid. Yes, it had been sitting for a while.
That's why Han was suspicious, by the way, when he was inside Princess Leia.
Oh God!
It was lukewarm.
That's a horrible, disgusting, did I mention ew joke? It's her brother.
Oh, exactly.
Ugh.
Alderaan is Space Alabama.
Apparently.
Anyway, so I don't really have any news. There's a new paper. Well, not a new paper. It's an old paper, but it's newly back called the Metro Times.
Yeah.
I'm going to start, I think, getting some news from the Metro Times.
Yeah, so then anybody who's not in the Detroit area can learn about our lovely culture.
Well, also, too, it's more like youth-orientated, and we're youth.
We are youthful people.
We're the youth.
Right.
We're like musical youth. Pass the chip on the left-hand side. Pass the chip on the left-hand side. You don't remember that song?
What is wrong with you?
You know what's cool is there's a chat room that I go to on the interwebs, and it's 80s music themed.
Okay.
It's a big group thing, right? And what we do is someone will start to write the lyrics, the opening lyrics to an 80s song. And the first person to guess it correctly, then they go and they type in the beginning lyrics, and you just keep doing the song until somebody gets it.
And this is why I never have to worry that he's actually cheating on me on the internet, because this is the kind of shit he does.
Well, according to you, you can't cheat on the internet, remember?
Right, that's right.
I could. It's not true. It's a fucking lie, but I could graphically describe to some woman what I'm going to do to her, and that wouldn't be cheating.
Well, are you going to do it to me later? I mean, that's really the question. Because, I mean, there's like lines that you can't cross, but, you know.
Well, yeah, physical.
Right. Fantasy's okay.
Oh, my God. You and I have a fundamental disagreement on this. I mean, fantasy is fine, but involving another actual human being in your fantasy, I think, is over the line. But
what if I wrote erotic fiction and published it? Is that cheating?
No.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. You're not talking to a specific person.
But I'm talking to the world. I'm saying, hey, world, this is.
So you think that means
sexy
you're
time.
fucking the whole world?
No.
You're not.
No.
It's just like posing nude.
Exactly.
Is not cheating.
You are not. That's the whole point.
But on the internet, you're talking to a specific other person. You're having a connection with another person.
But maybe,
and they can talk back to you. When you write a novel, people aren't talking back to you.
Okay, that's true. All right, you got me there.
Jeez.
I've really been thinking about writing an erotic novel, though.
Yeah.
Would you think that was okay?
I would be fine with if you wrote an erotic novel. I've thought about writing an erotic novel.
Oh, maybe we should write one together.
I actually really have thought about doing that before.
Yeah, me too. I'm not just saying it.
No, I know you're not saying it. I'm saying I'm not just saying it because you're saying it.
Okay.
I really have thought about that before.
Well, most of what you write has some kind of erotic element.
There's some, in most of the
most, not all.
No, not everything. Not the one where the guy's dying from cancer.
No.
There's no eroticism in there. Although there is a rich guy that has a mistress who gets pregnant in that book.
I don't remember which book you're talking about.
I'm talking about, it's called Two Worlds.
Okay.
The guy's dying from, it's actually a heart problem, but he wants the other guy's heart.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about my shitty books.
Hey, your books are not shitty. I love your books.
We did watch a film.
Can you call it that? We watched a terrible, I don't know, comic book wannabe put on film piece of crap.
The Fifth Element.
What was The Fifth Element, by the way? She's
Mila Djokovic.
No, she's not an element though.
She is.
I think The Fifth Element is love. I think that's the corny ass shit they're trying to say.
You're probably right.
Because she's
God.
like, I need your love.
Your love is lifting me higher. I love that in this movie, the central antagonist, the big bad.
Not sure who it is.
In the movie, is the Nothing from the Neverending Story.
Right.
Because it's just described as evil, and it's just this big ball of black, right? So it's the Nothing from the Neverending Story.
Sure.
Which, in the Neverending Story, is a wonderful metaphor for death. Because his mom dies, and everything. And it's this wonderful, it's this nothing that's taking over something. Like now nothing's there, right? Where it used to be something.
Yeah.
And it's this wonderful metaphor for the fear of death and stuff like that, right? It's the same thing in this movie, except in this movie, the Nothing makes a phone call to Gary Oldman. Which completely takes away any, sort of metaphysical, fucking dread of it. It makes a phone call to Gary Oldman where Gary Oldman says, I'm going to need more money. And it's money's no object, whatever. What the fuck? It's like a mob boss.
Right.
And it makes him bleed from his head somehow, which is also never explained. And it's like Gary Oldman's motivation for doing what he's doing in this movie is, I don't know, nothing. Money, I guess, but according to what they're talking about, the Nothing's going to stand in the thing or whatever and basically destroy all of existence. So what's money going to do you?
Right.
I mean, ridiculous.
I kind of remember the bleeding from the head, but didn't his head just get crushed like an egg right after that?
No, he was alive after that.
Okay.
He blows up.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're thinking of a different movie.
Oh, my God, you're right. We watched too many movies.
Yeah, you're thinking of a different film.
They're overlapping.
No. But yeah, he just starts bleeding from the head after he takes a phone call with the ball of nothing.
Yeah. That's weird.
Ridiculous.
Well, and the beginning of the movie really upset me.
Oh, yeah, Luke Perry's in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. For
Brenda should
a
have
few
been there
minutes.
too.
He's only there for a few minutes.
He doesn't look like he belongs in the 30s.
No, he doesn't. He looks like he belongs in the 50s.
Yeah, maybe the 50s, but he is so 90s. He is so of now.
Well, and his attitude was just so...
Hey, what's up, dude?
Right. It was like Dylan was there.
It was funny because I expected him to, he's all kicked back, making notes and stuff like that, and I expected to see dan dan dan.
But I mean, was he taking notes? I thought he was drawing things for him.
Yeah, he was drawing things. He was talking about the light and the whatever.
Some kid was
describing this keys.
Some kid was holding a big metal plate to reflect the sunlight so that they could use the light.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
But he was falling asleep. How long had they made this poor boy stand there?
I don't know. And it was broad daylight outside too.
It was
not
weird.
Like it was night.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe he was just bored, but
nocturnal. He was a vampire.
But like then like okay, it's kind of interesting. They're like in like the ancient pyramids or whatever. Like cool, they're unraveling secrets. I'm interested. And then fucking aliens show up.
Dressed like it's the Super Mario Brothers. Like they're in huge metal outfits for some reason.
I was really like wondering why they seem so familiar. Thank you. That's why.
It was really weird.
It was awful. And so like and he was going to kill, like the priest was going to kill this guy because he was figuring out too much. Like then just
he was going to fucking poison him.
Then just don't let him in there.
Yeah, why is he there? Aren't you the guardian of this fucking temple or whatever?
Right. Just say no. You don't need to kill him.
Yeah, just like with drugs, just say no. Nancy Reagan should have been guarding that place.
Right? So, yeah, then the aliens are like, oh, we'll be back in 300 years. So then the rest of the movie... Then the rest of the movie is, like, supposed to be the future?
22-something. Like 22, 30-something, obviously.
And for some reason in the future, while we have flying cars, we still have taxi cabs and the...
Yeah, human drivers, nothing's automated.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think that's how it's going to go.
Bruce Willis gets takeout food from a Chinese guy, but the Chinese guy is on a flying, like, Chinese boat.
It was kind of like a food truck.
Yeah, exactly. But what a terrible business model. Because he's, now, sure, driving up to his little floating apartment, giving him his food, and then leaving, whatever. But he's sitting there talking to him, like, being a companion while he's eating lunch and everything.
Yeah.
That's a waste of his time.
Yeah.
He could be feeding other people lunch.
Well, I mean, maybe he just is friends with him or something.
I don't know. It was weird.
It was weird. I'll give you that. It was weird.
I think this movie was supposed to be funny. And I think that's where the disconnect is.
Because it's not.
If the movie was funny, then I think, or if we found the movie funny, I think we would like it. We'd be like, oh, it's like pop art. It's like pop sci-fi with this humorous element and everything. But instead, it just sucked.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
So, I mean, there are some things that I thought were interesting in the movie.
What?
There's a lot of creativity in the movie. You have to give it that. Both in the costuming and in the different ideas for alien species and stuff like that. It's very bright. It's very colorful. There's a lot. The color palette of the movie is interesting. It reminds me of a colorful Blade Runner.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen Blade Runner by Ridley Scott.
I don't think so.
It reminds me a little bit of that. Obviously, it's got some ties to Alien because Ian Holmes in this, who's the Ash or whatever, the bad android in Alien. And there was another connection too that I don't remember. But Bruce Willis is in here. But I'll tell you, I'd rather watch Hudson Hawk than I would this movie.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Hudson Hawk's a really bad movie he was in.
Well, I can't think of a movie that I hated more than this one, honestly, so I can't agree.
You really think this was the worst movie you've ever seen?
Maybe. I mean, granted, it was the second movie that we saw in the same day, and that's a lot of movie.
Yeah, it's true. That's
so
too much movie.
And I was getting pretty tired.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if I had been in a better space, it wouldn't have been so bad. But yeah, I mean, it was really, really bad.
What did you think about Chris Tucker?
He was awful. I mean, like, he was trying to be funny. What do you mean
he was awful?
He was trying to be funny, but it wasn't funny. It was just annoying.
Because Chris Tucker was in Friday, and he was very funny in Friday. We found him humorous in that, you just got knocked the fuck out.
And then there was a scene where he was eating out this girl. That was awful. That was like the worst comedy bit I've ever seen. What was even funny about it? Nothing.
I don't know.
Nothing. Like, I don't get the joke. I know it was supposed to be a joke, but I just don't get it.
I think he's supposed to be like the sexiest man alive. Every woman wants him.
He's cross-dressing, first of all. Right. Like, that seems like a pretty specific kink to be the sexiest man in the world.
He's got that hairstyle.
Okay. I don't get it.
The problem is that Luc Besson, who directed this movie and wrote this movie, didn't tell Chris Tucker, you have parameters. He just gave him free reign to be full Chris Tucker. And full Chris Tucker is too much Chris Tucker.
Right? Definitely seemed that way.
Yeah.
And what was happening, by the way, while he was going down on her? I didn't even understand. Did she die at the end?
No.
Like
She died.
because her legs were like sticking out of this like slot, and then a bomb went off right when she was having an orgasm, and then her legs were hanging weird, so it seemed like maybe she was dead.
No. God damn. It's a visual metaphor because all those things are happening at once. She's getting closer to climax. The plane's getting closer to taking off. The bomb's about to go off. Then the plane takes off. She has an orgasm, so her legs go up because the landing gear went up or whatever, right? And the bomb goes off. Then the plane's, it's the afterglow or whatever. The plane's flying. The bomb has exploded. Her legs go down because she's had an orgasm.
And also, wasn't
it's a stupid juxtaposition, but that's what it is.
Also, wasn't she standing?
Previously, she had been standing. Apparently, they changed positions. I think they were actually having full-on sex at that point. But all we can see is her legs popping out of these slots.
Okay. That makes more sense. It was all very confusing.
Well, yeah, the edit... It's, okay, so this movie's not going to win anything for editing.
No.
Because the editing was all... I'm not a big editing snob, but it was all over the place. Not good. A very confusing, really poorly paced movie.
And I mean, okay, so this girl shows up who's
Mila
one of...
Djokovic.
Yeah. She's
the perfect person in the world. They keep telling us she's perfect.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying she's fucking perfect.
She's like, oh, she's perfect.
Her boobs are tiny.
Yeah, no good.
Like, no, those are not perfect boobs. What are you talking about?
Agreed.
And, like, her eyebrows don't exist. Like, they're just so, like, thin and light. Looks like she has no eyebrows.
Yeah.
And eyebrows are important in a face.
I have a theory about why everyone keeps saying she's so perfect, though.
Why?
Well, Luc Besson was the writer and director of Leon, the Professional movie we did about 3 years ago in the first season of our show with that young actress Natalie Portman, and she was in that, and they had some sort of relationship, her and Jean Reno,
which was
where
gross.
It was like, yeah, it was over the line or whatever, but not quite sexual in the movie. And it's sort of based on the relationship he had with his wife at the time when they first got together, May, I think her name is May Wen, or something like that. And he was 31 and she was 15 when they started dating. They got married when she was 16 and 6 months pregnant with their child.
That's awful.
Well, I don't know if you read a lot of the Scandal magazines or whatever, but he's divorcing his wife because he's been having an affair with Mila Djokovic.
Oh, really?
During the filming of this movie. So
I thought you were going to say it was because Mila Djokovic's body was like a 15-year-old.
Well, that's apparently his type. So that's what is going on with him, and now everyone thinks she's perfect or whatever.
All right.
So he and Mila Djokovic are together now.
Well, I guess, he thinks she's hot, so the world must think she's hot in his fantasy.
It has to be presented that way with their thermal bandages. Ridiculous.
So gross.
Stupid movie.
Her hair was bright orange. Like, is it the 80s? Is she it's like that pop singer.
It's the 80s, you Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah. She had Cyndi Lauper hair.
A little bit. I don't deny it. I wish she had black roots with that hair.
And then,
that's perfect, right?
And she couldn't speak English. She spoke some ancient language.
The divine language, Carol. How dare you?
But then, she manages to learn it from scanning the whole dictionary on the computer. I don't really know what she was doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, they don't have
that was supposed
programs
to be the internet,
like that,
I think,
but
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was the future, so I guess.
Who knows? The thing was eating satellite communications.
It seemed like they could make whatever food they wanted just appear, though, didn't it?
Yeah, the Star Trek style, maybe a little bit.
Like, they just popped something small in and ding, and it was like a whole meal.
I didn't actually really pay attention to any of that. I was too busy being distracted by the fucking, And then there's aliens that can somehow like shapeshift. Apparently, can just make themselves look like humans, but they're really gross alien things.
Okay.
Because they shoot down the ship at the beginning, the ship that they're letting in of the good aliens,
Right.
bringing the stones.
Right. Yeah, the stones from.
Did they know they were going to get killed?
I don't know. The stones ended up being inside an alien.
Singer. She apparently, I guess she was just going to give her life for it either way.
So gross.
She helpfully got shot by some of the bad aliens.
And then he just reached his hand in and ripped her apart to get this stuff out of her.
Oh my God, he really did rip her apart.
Ugh, I did not like it.
Not the kind of movie I thought where Bruce Willis was going to rip a lady apart.
And so, like, Bruce Willis is, like, trying to help this alien lady who's supposed to be the perfect person, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
She has, like, the perfect DNA. Like, what did they say? She had, like, 200 different kinds of...
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It was all pseudoscience bullshit.
Her DNA was special.
Yeah.
But really, she was an alien anyway, right?
She was a creation. They created her. That's what they said.
And, like,
she's a MacGuffin, essentially.
They called her the fifth element, but...
Yeah, she was.
I like I said, I think that it was love because supposedly her and Bruce Willis fell in love, which that's not
when did that happen?
earned
Off screen?
At all. Like he kissed her when she was passed out, and then he realized he was being a creepy asshole, and she told him in her language, "Don't
not without my consent."
Yeah, my consent. And then somebody who spoke the language told him what that was.
Yeah,
okay.
Ian Holm, the priest.
They didn't even speak the same fucking language, and she told him, "Don't kiss me." So. Yeah, that was the extent of their romantic relationship before he was supposed to be in love with her.
Well, then they went as man and wife on this trip, but they never were in the same room together for some reason. Like, did Bruce Willis film his scenes separately from everyone else? I don't understand. Like, he and Chris Tucker had more screen time.
Yeah, it was weird.
But they fell in love somehow. You should have fallen in love with Chris Tucker.
Yeah, that would have made more sense. And so then at the end of the movie, she's, like, dying... And she's like, I need your love.
But is she dying? Obviously she's not.
She seemed like she was dying. I don't know what the fuck was happening.
She got shot a bunch by Gary Oldman, who decides to come back to the ship that he knows is blowing up because he set a bomb on it. And then he deactivates the bomb, but the other people left a bomb that I guess was timed the exact same.
I think it was like a backup failsafe bomb. I don't know.
I think it was from the other people because
Okay.
they pushed the button. The other aliens pushed some button.
So either way, this
it was
thing was
their
blowing
revenge. Their revenge on him.
Okay.
Yeah, there's too many villains in this. Nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes sense.
It's supposed to be funny. At one point, he freezes his like military people. It's so weird because like he happens to be the cab driver that she lands in his cab, but then he also happens to be an elite military guy that they just dump his military backstory on us. And then he happens to also care enough about her to want to do the stone things.
Because she's perfect.
He happens to meet up with the priest that can, but at no point do they ever coordinate their efforts. The president of the Federation or whatever, the priest, Bruce Willis, they all want the same things. But they're being pursued by the police who work for the government, who the president could say, oh no, we want to help them. And they're being pursued by Gary Oldman, and they're being pursued by a fucking cloud of nothing.
Did you guys like kind of like just tune out because it stopped making sense? Because that's what happened to me during the movie, and again during the recap of the movie, because it makes no fucking sense, and it seems like it's just a waste of time and words.
Wow. Thanks for listening to our show.
No, I just mean that movie is awful.
I don't get what I was supposed to get out of it.
Nothing. Other than they needed love because love saved the day, and then
at the end they try to shoehorn this thing of like, why should I save you people? Because war. Because I got to W, and there was war. Good thing she didn't get to X, xenophobia.
right.
But he's like, oh, there's other good things, though. She's like love. And it's like, yeah. Yes, human beings can be fucking awful. But that's not the entirety of humanity.
Yeah. And then at the very end, though, they're fucking.
Yeah.
In a tube.
Right.
Where people can watch.
Scientists, yeah.
What the fuck?
Horny scientists.
It's disgusting.
Who think she's perfect. And the president's outside waiting for them. And Bruce Willis's mom is on the phone.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis has an annoying Jewish mother. Bruce Willis has George Costanza's mother on the phone. It's so weird. It should be me, not you. Why did I ever push you out of my body? What is going on?
That's like the question throughout the whole entire movie. What is going on?
Oh my God. Yeah, I needed to watch this with Marvin Gaye. What's going on?
Right. Ugh. I did not like it.
I felt like Marvin Gaye afterwards. He's dead. Yeah, it was terrible. Terrible movie. I did not like it at all. Bruce Willis was whatever in it.
Yeah,
he put
fine.
forth some effort, but it was in service of nothing.
And Mila Djokovic, I guess, was fine too.
I mean, for the few things that she said, she did some action stuff. She's a model or whatever, not really an actress, but she was whatever. I mean, she didn't have many speaking lines, which was probably good.
Yeah. Yeah, she was just supposed to be perfect.
Yeah, she was just supposed to fuck Luc Besson, apparently, and break up his marriage.
There you go.
That was her role in the film. Yeah, terrible. I didn't like the movie. Don't go see it.
Right.
I mean, it's got a lot of explosions.
So do a lot of much better action movies.
Yeah, go rent Total Recall.
There you go. Or Die Hard with Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that's a better
Right?
action movie. Yes, that has Bruce Willis in it. Actually stars a Die Hard battery.
It's not the Energizer Bunny movie.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Mr. Cowboy just keeps going and going. Oh my goodness. Yeah, not a good movie.
Yeah, so don't see it.
Hopefully next week we're seeing a better movie.
I hope so. I don't remember what we're planning on seeing next week.
I don't
We'll
either.
have to check
Have
the
look in
paper.
newspaper, yeah. Anyway, that is our show for the week, Carol.
So you can write us at latefee1994 at AOL.com.
Yeah.
And you can go to our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
We.
And that's about it. Tell your friends.
Da.
All right.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.